Welcome to day 35 of the Great Summer Lock-In. Over the next 75 days, I'm working towards becoming the best version of myself. I can't believe that we're almost halfway through the challenge. It feels like time is flying by. I've reached a point in the challenge where I want to keep on pushing myself harder because I started to see results. I have lost a little bit of weight and I just feel myself being more productive all the time. I started to heal my relationship with food as well. I just feel like this has been the greatest thing that could happen to me. But I also want to make sure that I'm not headed towards burnout again. So I want to make sure that I'm leaving space for whimsy, self-care, relaxation, and just making the most out of this summer. So today is actually Sunday, and so that means that it's time for our weekly reset, which is one of the rules of this challenge. So on the agenda for today, I have a meal prep, I need to vacuum my apartment, I need to pack to go to my parents, and then possibly I'd like to do a load of laundry. I need to wash my bed sheets and my bath towels, so if I could get that done today as well, that would be awesome. I'll be honest, I'm not really feeling in the most productive of moods today. It's a very gray and rainy day, and so I decided to start my day by just relaxing in bed. I was playing on my Switch, watching Sex and the City, and now I really need to kick my butt into gear. So we're gonna get started with meal prepping. So today I'll be prepping two new recipes. The first one is a pasta salad. I don't know why, I'm kind of in the mood to eat this. And then a Vietnamese inspired noodle bowl. This one is a recommendation from ChatGPT, but I feel like it's gonna be perfect for this week. I also would like to prep some eggs and sausages for my breakfast sandwiches. I tried this recipe last week and I absolutely loved it, but I wanna try prepping the eggs and the sausages on the side and then just bringing my English muffins and prepping those in the morning because I feel like the bread gets a little bit soggy otherwise. So we're gonna be doing that as well. Over here, we have the Vietnamese inspired noodle bowls. This has rice noodles, chicken that I tossed in with some soy sauce and a little bit of lime juice, edamame, shredded carrots, cucumber, and a light dressing that I made myself. Over here, we have the pasta salad, which ended up making so much food. I even have a third portion that I'll be bringing as a potential dinner if my mom is not in town. So we have rotini pasta, chicken, cucumber, edamame, cherry tomatoes, corn, and a little bit of light mayo as a dressing. And finally, over here, I have my breakfast sausages as well as my egg bites, which are going to be used for breakfast sandwiches. Time for a quick little lunch before I move on to the tidying up portion of our reset. Hi, so I feel a little bit frazzled, I'm not gonna lie. This afternoon did not go as planned. I was home and I was filming for this vlog, and eventually my phone just stopped recording, and then I realized that I ran out of storage on my phone, and so I couldn't record anything. I couldn't use my phone. So I had to deal with this. I tried to free up some space, but I have tens of thousands of photos. It dates back to 2017, so I have so much content to go through. So I started doing that, but because I was doing that, time just flew by, and eventually I realized that it was 3 p.m. and I was still home and I had not packed. I hadn't done anything that I wanted to do aside from the meal prep. So for a half hour, I just powered through and tried to get everything done, but I know I forgot some stuff at home, so that's not great. But anyway, I left and it started raining really hard while I was on the driveway, to the point where I couldn't see in front of me. It was coming down so hard, my entire body was clenched because I was super anxious. I already don't love driving in the rain, but adding that on top of it, that was just not fun. So I got here kind of late, but now everything's done. I'm home, I'm here. I can now relax, but I still have to do 2 of my tasks for the day. So I have my reading as well as my movement that I still have to do. I still need to finish up my second water, but I'm making my way through the second one. So I think I have about maybe 20 ounces left to drink. So I'm definitely going to be able to reach that goal tonight. But I hate the fact that like I feel behind today. It's about 7:30, and usually at that point I would have worked out. I would have done pretty much everything on my list, maybe except for the reading, but it's not the case today. And I feel like it's not the greatest start to the week. I just don't want to carry this energy with me throughout the week. Hopefully that was a one-time thing and it won't follow me around. But yeah, I just don't feel the greatest mentally today. It's fine. Right now, I think I'm gonna go do my movement, and I think I need to relax. Honestly, after the day that I've had, I kind of deserve that. So I think I'm gonna do a 10-minute stretching routine. There's this video on YouTube that I absolutely love. So I think I'm gonna do that one again, and then I'm gonna go take a shower and try to figure out this whole phone thing and delete like old photos and just sift through my entire photo library. Good morning. So I have a feeling today is going to be a tough one because I could not fall asleep last night. Like, I kid you not, it was 1 o'clock in the morning and I still hadn't been able to fall asleep. I guess the storage issue was bothering me more than I thought it would because I just could not fall asleep. I just couldn't find a position that was comfortable. I felt so warm. I also felt cold if I removed the covers. And then I also struggled with my digestion a bit. I just felt very bloated, and I'm not sure exactly what it is that I did or ate that made me feel this way, but it wasn't a great time. So I'm hoping that I will still able to get through the day fairly easily despite being a little bit sleep deprived. But let's just say that we're not off to a great start. I did crack open a Nilani because I don't see how I could get through the day without a little bit of caffeine in my system. This one is the juicy peach flavor. It is one of my favorites. I do really like it. So far I'm only about, I don't know, a quarter of the way through this one, but I think I'm going to try to drink at least half to make sure that I kick my butt into gear, because I woke up and I was like, I just want to stay in bed today. Well, fingers crossed that today's not that bad. But because I've been drinking the Alani, I've been trying to chug more water because I did feel a little bit dehydrated when I woke up. And the good news is I'm almost done with water number 1 already. So we are ahead of the curve on that front. But I think I'm going to try to take it chill today in terms of like the movement and whatnot. And I can already expect maybe like some crashes throughout the day and maybe being more hungry. So I'll try to make sure that I am focusing on protein and fiber, which I should be doing every day, but I think even more so today, it's more of a priority for me just to make sure that it's easier for me to get through the day, because let's just say that I don't do well when I don't have like a full 7 or 8 hours of sleep, and last night I got maybe 4 or 5. Now let me finish getting ready, and I think I'm gonna go grab breakfast. I did wake up at 6 as usual, and now it's about 7, so I do need to finish, you know, my makeup and everything, and then I'll grab breakfast and pack up my lunch, and then we can head over to the office. It's 7:30 and I'll admit that I'm starting to lose a little steam. My lack of sleep is slowly catching up to me. I'm feeling exhausted. I need to go to bed like soon, I think. Thankfully, I only have one more task to complete for my challenge for today, and that is the reading. I just came back from a walk with my mom, so my movement is done. I finished my water for today. I was doing a little bit of content planning, so I'm going to be doing my reading, I think now actually, so that I can get it done and I won't put myself in a position where I don't want to read. And then maybe I'll play on my Switch for the rest of the evening. And I know it involves a screen, but it's not my phone, you know, so it's better than nothing. And I'll try to read at least a chapter of City of Ashes, which, by the way, I'm so enjoying. This is a reread for me. The last time I read this book, I think I was maybe 15 or something, and it's been so fun. This to me is a level up from City of Bones. I really enjoyed City of Bones, don't get me wrong. I really loved my reread and it made me want to continue the experience, but this is what I wanted City of Bones to feel like. It's been humorous, there's drama, there's character development, there's a lot of plot. I'm just really loving where we're going with this, and I know the rest of the series only gets better from here. I feel like the lighting shifted dramatically. I don't know if you can tell on camera, I'm sorry. All of that to say, I've been really loving this and I'm really excited to continue reading. I just don't know if I'll be reading a ton tonight, but I do want to read at least a chapter so that we can get that done.
She was a lawyer and he was a sandwich.
Good evening. I just got home from work, which started a little bit on a chaotic note. My day did not start the way that I would have wanted to. I got to work and we have no designated parking space, right? So I always park in like this free area, but today it was full. So I had to find another parking space. I got to work a little bit later than I wanted to. And so I just felt like I had a little bit more of a chaotic morning than I'm used to. And then at work itself, the day started and I didn't know what I was going to do today because honestly, my workload is empty, or almost right now. I'm waiting for a lot of client feedback or approval, and overall it's just slower. I mean, it's summer, there's less marketing initiatives going on usually anyway, so I just feel like I haven't had a lot of things on my plate. And today especially, I was like, okay, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day or even the week. So I was panicking a little bit just because I hate being bored at work, but eventually they were able to find a couple of tasks here and there for me to do. But yeah, I guess it didn't start on the greatest note. However, I feel like the day did turn around overall. I had meetings, my day filled up. And now tonight, the game plan is I'm going to be going on a walk with a friend. We're also going to be grabbing ice cream. It's a nice summer day. I just feel like it's going to be a great way for me to combine the movement with the do something for myself after work that does not involve a screen. So the only thing that I have left to do before then is getting my reading done. And then also I need to finish my water. I still have about 20 ounces to drink before I reach my water goal for the day, but I'm doing well on that front, so I'm not too worried about it. So now I think I'm going to go change into my workout clothes because I'm not going to go outside dressed like this. And then I think I'm going to maybe get my reading done. I'm waiting for my dad to come back from his walk and we're going to have dinner together. So I think I might do that. It's 10:15 and I just finished my water as well as taking a shower. So now it's time for me to go to bed. Good evening. Just got home from work, which I'm so happy about. But today it kind of happened in the blink of an eye. I feel like the day went by so quickly. I'm really glad because I woke up this morning and it's the first morning where I wasn't feeling bone tired. The last 3 mornings, I don't know if it's because I ran out of sleep on Monday morning, but I just felt like I was sleep deprived the entire week. Waking up in the morning felt difficult. And usually I try not to have too many Alanis in one week, but this week I had one every single day, except for today. Actually, that's not entirely true because I did try to split them in half. So I would have half of one one day and then the other half the next day. But yeah, I just feel like this is not me usually. It could be the weather, it could be anything, honestly. It hasn't been the greatest week in terms of my sleep, but it's not even that like I'm not following my sleep schedule. I just have difficulty staying asleep. I have very weird dreams and I don't know. I'm just not home, and I think that may contribute to why it's a little bit more difficult for me to fall asleep. But anyway, it also has been raining nonstop all day, and it's actually pouring rain outside right now. So the drive home is definitely not going to be fun, but that's fine. I did try to make the most out of it and romanticize it a bit. I've been fully obsessed with the Moral Instruments. I think I'm at the point in my reread where I'm fully obsessed with it. I just want to do all things Shadowhunters. I want to binge the series. I want to consume all kinds of content about it. I created a Pinterest board this morning. I also decided to create a Spotify playlist, which I've been slowly making my way through. And I think as I'm continuing on with this reread, I think I'm going to be building something even more fun. That's going to be like a fun side activity for me to do, but I really just want to like dive in, and I felt like the weather today just enhanced that experience and that need. I wish I could have stayed home and read, but you know what? It's fine. We'll do that during the weekend. It does make me a little bit worried about my reread, not because I'm not enjoying it. It's the opposite. I am at that point where I'm fully obsessed with it, and I have a feeling that like I'll want to consume all of the Shadowhunter content, and I will have eventually to stop, because when I get to the Infernal Devices, which after I'm done with City of Glass and the Red Scrolls of Magic, this is a series that I will have to start. Unfortunately, because I'm currently on a book buying ban because of this challenge, I won't be able to buy it. So I feel like I'm gonna have to maybe pull myself back a bit, or maybe make sure that I don't burn myself out with it as well. Really want to make the most of it and really enjoy it. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But right now, I just want to read all of the Shadowhunter stuff, and I have a feeling I'll probably be picking up City of Glass right after I finish City of Ashes, which I think I might be able to do tonight. I guess we'll see. It depends on how late I get home and how tired I am when I do arrive home. I'll read at least a chapter for sure today, but maybe I could finish it today. I feel like I've been dragging this book, but it's not even that it's not good. It's just that this week I've been so tired that reading has not been a priority. Anyway, since it's 5:45, I need to get ready to go home. I currently have some fries and some chicken nuggets in the air fryer. I know it's not the healthiest meal, but I was craving McDonald's for some reason, so I decided that I was going to make it at home, so at least it's somewhat healthier. Not the greatest, but not the worst either. I'm gonna make myself some dinner, and then I need to pack up my car and leave and hope that the rain isn't too bad. Otherwise, maybe I'll just listen to my Shadowhunter playlist so that I can try to make the most out of it and romanticize it a bit. But this is the part of the day that I dread the most, but I'm also looking forward to the most because it means that I'm going home, which is all I want right now. For breakfast, I'm having some protein pancakes with a little bit of Nutella, some frozen mangoes that I defrosted, as well as a cherry Greek yogurt. It's a little bit of a weird combo, but I don't know, I'm really excited to eat this. Good morning. It's a little bit of a gloomy day today. I mean, it's not very different from what we've had all summer, but if the lighting is weird, that's why, and I apologize. I woke up in a decluttering mood today. I'm not sure exactly why. I know I've had this itch, like it's been something that has been on my mind for a while, but I feel like when I came back home yesterday, it became kind of an overwhelming feeling of, oh my God, I really need to declutter. Especially my clothes, my books, and my fridge and freezer. I feel like there's so much stuff and I can barely see anything. With my clothes, for instance, I feel like I have nothing to wear, but I have so many clothes in my closet that I definitely need to do an unhaul in a way. Same with books, honestly. I already did a little bit of a declutter, and I had this project where I was trying to go through my physical TBR. I'm still doing that, but with this Shadowhunter reread, I feel like it's kind of been put on the back burner for a while, which is okay, but at the same time, I kind of want to continue maybe with the book unhaul, so I definitely need to get started on that as well. And then with my food, like fridge and freezer, it's been a situation for a while, but I feel like now it's at a point where I can barely see anything. I don't know what I have, so I buy stuff and then I'm like, oh, I already had some. So I definitely need to make it a priority to go through what I own, try to come up with ideas based on the items that I have in my freezer, for instance, and maybe reduce the amount of shopping that I'm doing, like grocery shopping, clothes shopping, and book shopping. All needs to be a little bit less in the next couple of weeks, especially with a potential move looming on the horizon. I want to make sure that I'm only bringing the things with me that I love and that I know have a space in my home. So yeah, I definitely want to get started on that. That said, it's not necessarily a top priority for this weekend because editing the video is going to be a top priority for me. I'm behind compared to what I would like to be. So that needs to be top priority for today and tomorrow potentially. So I need to get started on that. I also have to do my weekly reset. So like laundry, cleaning up and everything else. But yeah, if I can also get a little bit of decluttering done, that would be awesome. Now it's about 8 o'clock. So I need to get started with work. I'm working until 12. And then after that, I probably will end up working all afternoon on my YouTube stuff. So that's probably going to be the game plan. I want to get some movement in at some point today, but I don't know if I'm going to be doing another like stretching session like I did yesterday, or if I'm going to be doing maybe something a little bit more heart pumping. So there's that. And then I also need to get some reading done, which can you believe that I'm not done with City of Ashes? Yeah, I was super excited to read it when I got home yesterday, but I got home at like 8 and I wanted to relax a bit. So I just put on a little bit of TV. And then next thing you know, it's 9 p.m. I'm taking a shower and then I'm going to bed and I'm super tired. So I'm only reading one chapter of my book. But now I think today I could finish it. I know I keep saying that, but I think today could be the day where we actually finish City of Ashes. It's so good. And it's also reached a point where like I only have about 100 pages or less to read. And I am at a point where I know it's about to get good and high drama, and I love that. So I am probably going to eat that up today. But that'll be my reward for getting done with editing, because this is the part that takes me the longest and I'm also kind of dreading. Like getting started is always a process. I love doing it, but I have to get the ball rolling, and that's the part that usually like I need a little bit of motivation for. So having a reward at the end of the workday will be nice. So I'll keep the reading for then. Anyway, enough yapping, time to work. Time for a quick lunch while I get started on editing. It's 3:15. I have just finished the editing that I wanted to get done today. And let me tell you, I think this vlog is going to be long and I can already anticipate a long editing session tomorrow, but I'm done with staring at a screen for today. I just want to do something else. So we're giving ourselves a little break. I wish right now that I could just sit down and read. And that's really what I want to do. I want to immerse myself in the Shadowhunter world. But I know that if I do that, I most likely will not get anything else done, and we cannot have that. So first, I want to get my movement out of the way. I think I'm going to do another stretching routine today. I just feel like this might be exactly what I need. I feel like I've been sitting all day. I'm just tired of sitting on my ass. So I think I'm just going to do a little bit of stretching. And then ideally, I'd like to maybe get a head start on the weekly reset. So I need to get started with laundry. I already put a load in earlier today while I was working. I did like the bath towels and my bed sheets, but now I kind of want to get started on the actual clothes. So I'll start by doing that. And once we're done with all of that, then we can sit down and read and hopefully finish City of Ashes and just binge Shadowhunter content. I finished both my water and my book, so all of our tasks are done for today. Happy Saturday. So I woke up this morning bright and early without even having to put an alarm on. I guess my body is getting kind of acclimated to this new sleep schedule, because it's the second day in a row where I don't put an alarm on and I tell myself I can sleep in if I want to, but I still end up waking up at around 6 a.m. and that was the case this morning. Not sure what's up with that, but I kind of love it. So I woke up, took a shower, washed my hair, and then just locked in and edited my vlog, which means that now I'm done with it and I can move on with the rest of my day, which is very rare and kind of unheard of for me. Usually it takes me quite a bit of time to get through the editing process, but for some reason I just was locked in this morning. Now it's about 1 p.m. and I'll admit I was planning on updating you much earlier on today, but I ran into some issues with my camera, and honestly, like, I was freaking the fuck out. I'm not even kidding. I was just so tired of everything kind of falling apart, because at the beginning of the week I was having issues with my phone. I couldn't record with it, and now I was having issues with this camera, and I was just like, why is it that whenever I'm trying to make, I guess, YouTube more of a priority, my setup just gives up on me? I was honestly kind of frustrated. I ended up being able to fix everything, but for a while I was just like, you know what, fuck this. But no, I'm glad that we are back on track and I can now get on with the rest of my day, hopefully on a much calmer and relaxed note. Talking about that, I'm thinking of going for an outdoor walk now. It's such a nice day out. Like, it's surprising because it was supposed to rain. Like, the forecast said that it was going to rain nonstop all weekend, but the sky is clear, and earlier on today, like, the sun was shining. So I'm thinking I'm going to try to make the most out of it and go for a quick outdoor walk. So I'm going to do that. And when we come back, I am going to get some reading done. And I think that's the only thing that I'm going to be doing for the rest of today. I did finish reading City of Ashes yesterday. Absolutely loved it. 4.5 out of 5 stars, simply because I know it keeps on getting better from here. But I loved this book so much. And I don't know if it's because I didn't remember how much I enjoyed the series as a whole, or if it's the book itself. Like, honestly, I just had such a blast reading it. And it kind of surprises me because this book is not very plot driven. And I'm a plot driven girly. Like, I love a book that has a plot. And this one is more character focused. It's a lot about character development and pushing the boundaries of our characters further and exploring relationships and different dynamics. But I still ate that up. There are some major things that happen that are propelling the overarching plot forward, but for the most part, it's not the most, I guess, traditional story ever. I feel like the first book follows a little bit more of a traditional story arc, but this one is a little bit more chaotic, a little bit more all over the place, but I absolutely loved it. I feel like I'm truly connecting with the characters. I'm really falling back in love with this whole Shadowhunter thing. I think I never really left, but this is just reinforcing for me that this is going to become my next obsession. And so, you know it, we're going to be starting City of Glass today, which is massive. And side note, I've been loving reading these books in paperback. And I don't know if it's because I read City of Bones in hardback, because most of my Shadowhunter books that I do own right now are in hardbacks, but I switched over to the paperback and I don't think I'm ever going back. I just love how floppy these are. And I feel like I read this much quicker when I'm reading the paperback version. Don't know how to explain it, but I think moving forward, every book that I don't own in the Shadowhunter universe, I'm going to buy in paperback. So this is a plan for today and I cannot wait.